So we're here backstage at Backstage with Kitty Rodgers, author of The Basement, which is one of the one acts coming up from Backstage TheatreGroup that's coming to us next weekend. This is Kitty's first play that she's written, so we can't wait to chat to you about it. Kitty,
thank you.
From Longford, you've been
Yes.
writing for years. Can you just tell us a little bit about how you got into the whole thing?
Well, I always love to read, and I think when you're a big reader, you kind of have aspirations that someday you'd like. The pipe dream is to write. So I've had a bit of success with, as it was labelled, chick lit with Poolbeg a good few years ago, doing kind of what you call light fiction, women's fiction, and I published a few books there, but domestics and family life gets in your way, and but I've always been interested. And then I veered into the drama because I just happened to see a thing advertised in the dock in Carrick where there was flash playwriting, and I was thinking, God, that sounds interesting, and it was very affordable at the time, so I said, sure, I'll give it a shot. And we went down there and we met this amazing woman called Dr. Rona Trench, who lectures in Sligo IT. And she got us rolling and developed us, and was a hard taskmaster, but was very good. And then we performed the flash plays. So we did that for 2 consecutive years, and it was very enjoyable. And it kind of gave me the tools and what to look for, and just to try, and just to do it as a bit of fun. So that's kind of how this started. And then The Basement came out of a trigger that one of the girls in the group put up, because we had our own email, you know, group email.
Yes.
Thing, and one of the girls put up a trigger, and that was the initial start of how The Basement.
It was a hook, like.
Yes.
Yeah.
And normally I'm useless. If somebody said, come in here to a room and said, now write something in 5 minutes, I wouldn't get 2 words on paper. I'd be very tense and tight and thing. Whereas this was just my first time to try something else. And for people that would like to get into writing, I think the group is really good in that different ideas, and then the feedback, you know, good, you know, constructive criticism and bouncing ideas off each other. That's the word. Is great in that it kind of gets you going, and it's always in your head, as one of the women in the group said, you're always thinking about something. Okay. And it's just like a nice hobby. And how did it feel that first time then, seeing a professional actor putting your work on stage? Incredible. I'd say so. It was incredible, yeah, it was. It was very good. And it was also very good to see the other works in progress, just see it on the blank page, and then see how the actors interpreted it. It was just amazing. And it was brilliant to see it from, because so much of writing is in storage. Dust gathers in it, and it's just so lovely to see that something you've done gets dusted down, aired, whether you like it or not. And you hope that you give it your best effort, you know. Brilliant. And The Basement then, so this is your first one act play. Yes. So tell us a little bit about that. Well, The Basement started was, I can't even remember the thing about it, but it was about 3 wacky characters in a confined space. The trigger was something about that. So mine just developed about Rita. I like the idea of strong female characters. I think women gets, you know, when you look at telly, and especially when you be growing up, all the best parts, and then you'd hear actors are saying it's given to men. You'd often hear that, yeah. And you just feel, you know, women are the backbone of society. They raise the children, they do all the quiet work, you know. They're the unsung heroes, I think, not all the time, but a lot of the time. You have to be fair, you can't, you know, be bashing men. That's not what I mean, but I think it's nice to give the women's voice. Shine a light, yeah. Yes, and that's where it was. So Rita is just this kind of very dysfunctional character, and she has 2 people from a graduate programme coming, and they have to write a press release they work in the public service, so they have to write a press release because their boss has got himself into a bit of trouble.
Right.
So that's just the general gist of it.
Setting up the scene.
Yes.
And you've been along to a few of the rehearsals. The cast is Jodie Lane, Rena Lynch, Seamus Morris and Pat Ryan. So how did that feel? And obviously it's directed by Grainne Milner as well.
Yeah. Well, I've only went to one or two because myself and Grainne wanted to tidy it up.
Okay.
And now I've handed it over to Grainne because I don't think that's fair. It's her baby
so
now.
So you get to come to opening night then. And
but I am looking forward to going to it.
I'd say, yeah.
I'll see in it, yeah. But I have great confidence and faith in Grainne. She's a very smart lady.
And obviously Pat Joe McLoughlin, stalwart of the group, he's directing the other play.
Yes.
So that's 2 one-acts then, and it's next weekend.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, your work has gotten great praise over the years, and only recently you were shortlisted for the Francis McManus Short Story Award on RTE, which was fantastic.
Yes, it was. It was a real surprise because obviously there was about 800 entries and I made the top 25. So that was a real boost.
Great achievement to
get it that far. And the sad thing is there's so few opportunities for short stories. It's very hard to get it aired, and our younger generations don't read as much. And I once heard the thing that if you garden or if you read, you're never lonely. So I don't know if that's true or not, but in my case, I read a lot and I'm not very lonely.
Well, it kind of takes you away to another world, really, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's better than listening to the news.
Well, that's very true.
All that depression stuff, yeah.
Well, listen, I'm sure that there's lots to look forward to now next weekend, and we're really excited, very proud to have an author from Longford of such acclaim, and as well to see your very first one-act play. It'll be great, and I hope people of Longford come out and support.
Oh, thank you.
So the tickets are on backstage.ie, and also from Farrell & Coy in Longford Town, and from the box office on 043 3347 888. And we'll see you here next Friday.
Lovely.
Looking forward to it. Thanks,
Bye-bye.